I find it very comical when it comes to people like Neon and Adin Ross. And I find it hilarious only because it just really showcases how stupid people are and what they choose to dive into. And so it makes me question your psychological. It just makes me question you psychologically altogether. And you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how people can sit up here and support people like Neon and Adin Ross, knowing who they are, what they represent. Neon, on many occasions, has called people who are African American, all different type of slurs, from monkeys to using the N word to just it's hilariously it's not hilarious, but it's well, you know what, it's hilariously insane because I've never seen such an unserious group of people who choose to, how do I say it, indulge and constantly support the stupidity of such persons. Recently, if I'm not mistaken, Neon went on The Breakfast Club, right? And so basically what happened was they went on there and the goal was them to confront him. And it cracks me up because people were sitting here defending Neon when he deserved every bit of it. He did. He deserved every bit of it. And they basically ganged up on him and asking him about all the racist remarks he's made and stuff like that. And so obviously they've seen the clips of all the crazy things he's saying. And I'm going through the comments and people are defending Neon, and it's like, and what's, I guess, angers me more is that it's black people. And that's why black people will always be their own downfall. Because you sitting here and praising and acknowledging that this man is saying and doing racist things, and instead of saying, oh, why am I supporting this person when they're using all of these derogatory terms for me? And instead of using your brain that I thought God gave you choose to glorify the stupidity, which is even worse. That's even worse. It's even worse, and it's not funny. It's sad and it's pathetic. But it just goes to show you the level of stupidity we have in this country, and it goes to show you the level of idiocy that runs through people's minds. And so, I just a couple of minutes ago just saw Adin Ross, Kai calling him about him referring to him as the N word. If you support Adin and you're black, you should be ashamed of yourself. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if you're Caucasian and you still support him, because considering the history of this country, that doesn't shock me. But what I would say to those who are black, if you're supporting this, you need help psychologically. You do. You need help. You need something. Because nothing about anything that this man is saying isn't funny in any way possible. And most likely he's doing it to get attention. And it's working. It's working. But it's disgusting if you support that type of behavior, especially knowing that he has quite a few black staff members. So he's purposefully doing this. And so, like I said, when it comes to Neon, the fact is that he knows what he's doing. He's purposefully being derogatory. And the fact that people praise that and glorify that is sickening and disturbing and concerning. What I will also say is that it doesn't shock me in terms of how do I say this? In the grand scheme of things, when it comes to situations like this, that's why it makes it hard because he came on the show saying that he was changing and he was trying to change and he's changing who he is. That's beautiful. That's amazing. I'm happy that you're trying to change. Do you, right? Me personally, I could never be around you while you're changing. And I really wouldn't even be around you after you so-called change. It would make it hard for me as a person to even believe that you did change to begin with. And so that's why me personally, you know, a lot of people say that they changed this and that, blah, 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 right? And it's just hard for me as a person of color to believe that you actually changed. And so that's why I'm saying, you know, while it's beautiful that he's trying to change, and we appreciate that he's trying to change. I think that's beautiful, that you're trying to go on the right path. But at the end of the day, will I believe it? Absolutely not. Would I trust it? Absolutely not. Why? Because you showed me why you can't be trusted. You showed me why I can't, you know what I'm saying? You just showed me why I can't put my trust. I can't trust you as a person. Because one, I would always think in the back of my mind, this man probably thinking about calling me the N word or Islam. I could never. And so that's why it's beautiful that he's trying to change, but after all he's done and said, I could never be around you. I just couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I could never, me personally, I could never, because I could never trust you. I could never trust you again. Once I hear that word or any type of derogatory term come out of your mouth, my opinion on you in terms of how I see that you think or how I feel that you think, it will make me. It wouldn't allow. I couldn't allow myself to be around you after that. You know, and so it is. You know what I'm saying? A very complicated and sensitive topic for those who are Black. I don't expect those of whom are from the opposite race to really understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't really expect people to really under to understand this topic unless you are a minority. Because it is a very sensitive topic. I get super agitated talking about it because it's like it's insane that this is the type of, you know what I'm saying, world we live in, where characteristics or things about us genetically were automatically designed for us before we came into the world, and we get automatic hate for something that was beyond our control. That's annoying. That's annoying to have to discuss and to have to constantly defend. It's annoying and it's irritating. Disappointed as I am, and like I said, I'm not surprised because at the end of the day, we live in America. We know the history of this country. I mean, yeah, it is disappointing. It is, you know, quite a lot to discuss. But at the end of the day, like I said, I am it's so much racism, sex, it's so much ism that's going on. It's just so much. And it's disappointing. It's disappointing. It really is. It really is disappointing. But yeah, thank you so much for for listening in. It gets tiring having to discuss the same topic over and over and over and over and over again. It gets tiring. It really, it really does. But yeah. Thank you for listening in. Try to be better than, you know, not just try to be better in general when it comes to that word, when it comes to that topic. I know a lot of people don't understand the sensitivity when it comes to that word. And I remember seeing a clip about Fox News talking about how did the blacks take the power from the N word? We took the power by reforming a word that was originally used to be derogatory against us. And they know in what precedent, considering that the term was most definitely created in a certain way during a certain time period because of certain actions that they were doing against us during a time of which where we had no rights and they treated us like straight up animals. So you know all about that original word. You know, and it cracked me up because the way he was saying the blacks though, when I tell y'all Fox News ain't nothing but just a blatant outlet of just racism is insane. He was like the black. How did the blacks do this? How did the blacks do that? And at the end of the day, you took a word that was originally used as harm against us, and we turned it into a word of slang. We took the that hard at the end of it, and we put a ah at the end of it for our community. And the fact that he try to act like he was saying it, talking about something, my Nazi. Like you think that's so you think that's funny? You think that's something to joke about? It doesn't surprise me at the end of the day. It doesn't shock me at all, this type of behavior. And it gets more and more accepted, unfortunately, because of the current country that we have to live in for these next 4 years. Unfortunately, it's getting more and more welcomed.